If there's one lesson movie characters never seem to learn, it's that you can't please everyone. After all, watching characters try to make everyone happy can make for some great entertainment. Whether the stakes are personal...
Are all these kids yours, mister? Or is this a picnic?
They're all mine, and believe me, it's no picnic.
or professional.
Listen, Baxter, we made you and we can break you.
The outcome is often the same. Whether they're trying to meet their family's expectations,
she's shy,
or struggling to keep nations from destroying each other.
The bomb is in play!
Or the coach caught between the needs of his team and the expectations of his bosses.
Let's just get out there and get it done.
Or what?
You know, that'd be a real bad deal for you, Gary, so...
When movie characters try to please everyone, more often than not, the role they take on is manager. And the only thing they end up managing is chaos.
Now listen to me, I beg of you not to do this thing.
Just ask the team player trying to keep peace between co-workers.
What, are we on a playground here, huh? Am I the only professional?
Movie characters are more likely to go mad in their efforts to please everyone than they are to succeed. Which brings us to today's spoiler-free recommendation. A film with a main character whose life, and the lives of those around him, hang in the balance of his ability to please everyone. Based on true events, our story opens in Brooklyn, New York, on Avenue P, in the summer of 1975, on a dog day afternoon. Fresh off his back-to-back-to-back Oscar-nominated performances in Serpico and Godfather 1 and 2, actor Al Pacino is magnetic as Sonny Wartzik, the driving force behind the real-life heist that inspired the film.
Freeze! Nobody move! Get over there! Okay. All right, get away from those alarms. Good! Now get in the center. He moves, take his head off.
Less than a minute into Sonny's plans, things start to go wrong.
I can't do it, Sonny.
What?
I'm not gonna make it, Sonny.
Let him act!
Stevie, don't take the car.
Well, how'll I get home? Take the subway, we need the car.
As scattershot as the heist seems, Sonny's come prepared. He worked in a bank, so he knows every trick that might alert authorities.
What are you trying to do? Trip the alarm? Use the spot key?
I must have been out of my mind.
Yeah, well, you get your mind right.
More importantly, he's got a willing trigger man in Sal, a fierce if dim-witted henchman played by Pacino's Godfather co-star, John Cazale.
Hey, you, manager, fucker! Don't get ideas. I bark. That man there, see him? He bites.
With the lives of his employees hanging in the balance, the branch manager wants nothing more than to give the robbers what they want so they can leave without incident. There's just one problem.
They picked it up this afternoon. There's only $1,100.
Well, she's telling you the truth.
Director Sidney Lumet and legendary film editor Dee Dee Allen masterfully balance life and death suspense with perfectly timed comic relief by taking full advantage of the film's wonderful supporting cast.
We're having a bank robbery.
Actress Penelope Allen is a standout as the bank's feistiest employee.
Oh, wow, wait a minute. Listen.
What?
I'm never gonna make this. I'll have to go to the toilet.
All right, who has to go to the bathroom here?
I do, too.
Oh, you see, now they all want to go.
The spell of Dog Day Afternoon is so complete. First-time viewers may not notice a very unorthodox decision the director made that spans from the first line of dialogue and persists through to the end credits. We'll revisit what that unorthodox decision was later on in this video.
Mal, here's your toilet.
It's for you.
What?
Telephone call.
As great movie making goes, Dog Day Afternoon is a textbook study in rising stakes.
Detective Sergeant Eugene Moretti, we got you completely by the balls. You don't believe me? I'm looking you right in the eye. Right now I can see it.
Why'd you have to light a fire?
Look, I told you to get out of here when you could, but no, you just had to hang around.
He don't have a plan. It's all a whim. Rob a bank,
I had a plan. I had it planned. Only the money was supposed to be delivered, not taken away.
In keeping with the real-life events that inspired the film, Sonny's botched robbery quickly degenerates into a media circus, with police, rubberneckers, and news outlets swarming the scene.
All right, listen, bastards. You keep away from this bank or we're gonna start throwing bodies out the front door one at a time. You got that?
Listen, don't do that now. Wait a minute, let me talk to you for a while, huh?
Character actor Charles Durning plays Detective Sergeant Eugene Moretti, the hapless officer struggling to resolve the hostage crisis under the close supervision of the FBI.
Hey, you have to keep checking me out all the time. Yeah. Okay, now listen, Sonny. I want to see if the people in the bank are okay.
Right.
Yeah? Then what I want to do is work out a way to get them out of there.
So what do you want me to come
Come on,
out
I want
for?
you to come out and look at something. Come on. I want you to see what you're up against.
I can see it. What do I gotta come out for?
I want you to come out and see it all right? Come on.
Right, I got Sal in there with the other people. Anything happens to me, they're gonna get it. You understand me?
No crime film is complete without the threat of unchecked violence within the ranks of our heroes. On that front, Sonny's got his hands full with Sal, his henchman, and only friend on the inside.
Were you serious about what you said?
About what?
About throwing those bodies out the door.
Stay right there!
I'll tell you right now, I'm ready to do it.
Wait.
Okay. I know.
Actor John Cazale proves once again it's not the size of the role, but what an actor can do with it that matters most in the end. Suggested for the role by Al Pacino, actor Cazale imbues his character with a volatile temper.
No! What's the matter with you? You made me a promise.
And a lost boy's sadness. In a film loaded with spectacular performances, it's Cazale's heartbreaking portrayal that lingers long after the final credits.
Get somebody in charge here.
I am in charge
I don't want
here.
to talk to some flunky pig trying to calm me, man.
You don't have to be calling
What's he
pig.
doing?
And when you get back
what
over
are you
there...
moving in there for?
Dog Day Afternoon is that rare film that satisfies like a first-rate Hollywood crime drama, but unfolds with complete believability from first scene to last. The film was inspired by an uncredited Life magazine article titled The Boys in the Bank, and masterfully adapted by screenwriter Frank Pearson. Director Sidney Lumet strove for absolute realism in every aspect of his production. Exterior and interior locations were shot with lighting that would have been organic to each. Traditionally, the art and costume departments coordinate to unify a film's look, but Sidney Lumet would have none of that for Dog Day Afternoon, preferring the arbitrary clash of colors and patterns more commonly found in real life. For added realism, the director encouraged the featured cast within the bank to play themselves, instructing each to wear their clothes from home for the production.
Sonny! Sonny!
Come on, take care of that, will you?
A big part of the real-life incident was the crowd that gathered at the scene. With their catcalls and jeering, authorities worried that the mob's unruly behavior would compromise an already volatile standoff.
You son of a bitch! You want to get those people killed?
During Dog Day's production, neighborhood locals mixed into the crowd of New York City actors behind the barricades. With little direction, the actors coached the locals, and together, the crowd improvised most of their reactions in perfect sync to the unfolding drama, much to the delight of director Lumet. With fealty to realism his stated goal, Dog Day Afternoon's most far-reaching and unpredictable decision would come from director Sidney Lumet himself.
Sonny, they're bringing in your wife.
Rejecting generations of film tradition, director Sidney Lumet chose to complete his crime drama without a note of background music. Elton John's Amarina plays over the opening credits, but it's quickly mixed down to source music coming out of the robber's getaway car as our story begins. Rejecting a soundtrack was a radical decision for sure, and one the studio was definitely not on board with at first. But it serves the film well, creating an immersive experience that remains unbroken throughout.
She's out, let her stay out. Come on, stay out.
They're my girls. I'm going back in there.
The film's tension is unrelenting and its tone one of constant uncertainty. This is one of cinema's best hostage dramas, with each negotiation freighted with the ever-present threat of explosive violence.
Sal! They're coming in the back! In the vault! Come on!
I love Pacino in the Godfather films. Those films made him a star, and rightfully so. But for my money, Dog Day features the actor's finest work.
You think it's easy? You know, I gotta keep them cooled out. I gotta keep all you people happy. I gotta have all the ideas, and I gotta do it all alone. I'm working on it. You wanna try it?
As the crisis drags into the night and his character unravels, Pacino gives his most emotionally naked performance, disappearing into this role without the slightest trace of his more famous portrayals. Dogged Afternoon is rated R for unrelenting profanity, adult themes, and a brief moment of extreme violence.
Don't
Rave Review's Buried Treasure Meter is a ranking system from 1 to 5, indicating how easy or difficult it is to track down the film that we're discussing, with 1 being the easiest and 5 being the most difficult. As Buried Treasures go, the film is a 2 out of 5. Its status as a classic of 70s filmmaking makes it easy pickings at any major retailer. It's not hard to catch on TV either, but it's easy to stream or to purchase online for a nominal fee.
There's no coming back, so that if there's anybody now that you want to talk to, you want to say goodbye to, do it now.
On a personal note, one of the reasons I started this channel to begin with is because I love spreading the joy of classic cinema. Now, one of the ways I've done this is I've talked movies with my film-curious and film-loving colleagues at the various production gigs that I've worked. I'd recommend a title, lend a DVD, and hope that these classic films play to a younger generation raised on CGI and tentpole franchises. Without fail, my younger colleagues would note Dogged Afternoon as their favorite of all the films I recommended.
You got it, man! You got it, man! You got it, man!
It's a great movie that transcends generations and remains as effective today as it was when it first opened in 1975. And movie lover, if you want to get to more first-rate hostage dramas, I can get you there on Land, Sea, and Rail. First up, take a ride on the Sugarland Express.
Welfare's coming taking baby license forever. They're gonna keep him in that foster home.
Steven Spielberg's feature film debut, starring Goldie Hawn.
I don't want my baby back.
And William Atherton.
Are you gonna help me or not?
As short-sighted, law-breaking parents who kidnap a highway patrolman on their way to steal back their baby from foster care.
Captain, you ain't really gonna let them take that baby, are you? I don't see how we can.
Of course we're gonna get him. That's why you stole that old police car, ain't it?
I guess you're right.
Or Set Sail with Nicole Kidman, Sam Neill, and Billy Zane in Dead Calm, the tense and unsettling tale of a husband and wife alone in the middle of the Pacific who rescue a mysterious stranger.
What's the trouble, Mr. Werner?
Trouble is she's going down. That's the trouble.
Hiding a secret
I'm going on board her.
that could cost them both their lives.
Command Center calling Pelham 123. Come in, please.
Or ride the rails with Jaws actor Robert Shaw.
We are holding 17 passengers and the conductor hostage in the first car.
In the unrivaled big city crime film, The Taking of Pelham 123. The 1974 original.
What's going on down there?
Starring Walter Matthau.
You won't believe it. A train's been hijacked.
And Jerry Stiller.
I don't believe it.
As hapless transit cops, intense negotiation with 4 heavily armed men holding hostages for ransom in a New York City subway car.
Sir, there is no way you can get away with this. You are underground in a tunnel.
Be that as it may, get out a pen, take down our list of demands.
Cheer up, girls. You're going to be the veterans of a bank robbery.
Today we talked about Dogged Afternoon, but which Pacino films rank among your favorites? How about those lines from his films? Which of those do you like? Do you like They Keep Pulling Me Back In from Godfather 3 or Hoo-ah from Scent of a Woman? How about, You Talking to Me? I know that's De Niro. I just kind of like doing that imitation. It's terrible. I know it's terrible. And hey, if you're enjoying this series as much as I enjoy making this series and presenting it here for you, why not share it with your movie buddy? We all got one. Let's get them in on our conversation by sharing this channel. Movie conversations are like a party. The more the merrier. I've really enjoyed reading your comments below, and I'm grateful for every opportunity I have to talk movies with you. So let's get them in on that too. And until next time, my fellow movie lover, I'm Mr. Kurt.
You're starting to get on my nerves.
And you just got a rave review.